this is going to show how to set up, this part of the video is going to first show how to set up the SEO Zen. As you can see, it's already set up in here as it should be when we set up the generic sites to the target sites. So when you click on SEO Zen, this is what you'll see. And normally there's just a couple places in here we're going to work with. The first place we want to work with is monetize. When we click on monetize, we want to click on post like this is here. Leave this one blank. Anchor text limit we're going to set to 1. And custom keywords, here's what we're going to want to do. In the drop box under SEO, under the niche, the particular niche, in this case it's rug cleaning, look for RSS feeds. And when you open that, you'll see this, unless it's changed since this video has been made. And this is what it looks like. Where it says custom keyword, right here, that's where this is going to go, where this says custom keywords. So what you need to do is copy this right here, carpet cleaning, comma, and the URL. But go up here and get the URL. We're looking at carpet cleaning, so I need to go to the carpet cleaning silo, and there it is right there. So we copy that entire URL. We're going to come back here, get rid of the URL. The URL is just there to tell you what to use. Now if you look at the instructions down below, it says type in the keywords right here that you want to create anchor text on. Use a comma to separate each keyword, and be sure you put your website URL at the end, just like we did here. And so we're going to do the next line. That's so what this is doing is, whenever an article shows up and it talks about carpet cleaning in the article, it's going to take those two words, if they're together, and it's going to make them a link, and it's going to link to the silo carpet cleaning. That's what it's doing. So we want to enter and put in another line. We'll put in the next one. We'll do pet odors. So we'll copy that there. Now we'll come over here and get the pet odors. And we can make this bigger if need be, so we can pull that down there by putting our cursor here to the right. Now let's do the next one, which is upholstery. The URL for that. Is there. And then Persian, Oriental rugs, etc. Oops, that is not what we want. That's the RSS feed. I notice I spelled Persian wrong. If you ever see a spelling wrong, be sure to correct it. So we'll copy that. We'll get the URL. Okay, that will be for 4 silos. Notice we don't have anything in there for the home page. You don't see anything that says custom keyword home page. That's because we're normally not going to put anything for the home page for a lot of reasons I don't have time to explain here, but you just understand we're not going to do that. The next thing is we want to put the URL of the site right here. That's the home page URL. So you, of course, you come up here, you copy that and put it in there. And to review, click tick posts, put one here, put in these things we just went over, and put the domain name right here. We're going to click update. And that part is done there. Next one we go to is silo setup. I'm going to go right there, click on posts. Leave these unticked for right now. This box and that box. Change this to daily if it's not already, and put a 3 in here. The reason this is already kind of set up because I did this before, but I'm just showing you. And then we're going to set up RSS feeds to go to each silo. Now real quickly, what is an RSS feed? An RSS feed is a way to get content from one site and get it to publish on another site. RSS stands for Real Simple Syndication, and to post content from other places to another place is called syndication, and that's what it does. And there's a certain way to get it from a website, and they're called from feeds, and that's what these are right here. Okay? It just changes a little bit to make it obvious that this is a feed for the rug home page, this is the feed for carpet cleaning, this is one for pet odor, so on. So how we do this is, you'll notice these are already here, and so I'm going to go ahead and remove one so I can show you pet odor stain and removal. So I'm going to just delete that for right now, and we'll start over. So you're going to click add RSS, and right here it says RSS URL, so you come over here, look for the pet odor feed, there it is right here. We will copy that, put that in here. I'm going to put 1 here. We always want to put 1, unless otherwise told. Leave this to uncategorized. Then this is going to go to pet odor and stain removal, right there, because that's the one we're working on. I want to make sure that that's correct, because here we are doing the pet odor and stains. That's the feed for that, so that's what we want it to go to. Now when you're done with these rug cleaning sites in this area, you should have 5 of these. You're going to have 1 feed per silo and then 1 for the home page. And so here's the names of the silos. Of course, this is the silo column. You got pet odor, oriental, Persian and area rugs, upholstery, Concord rug cleaning. And this here's the home page, and then of course carpet cleaning. So you should have 5. And you're only going to do 1 feed per. Now, should you need to edit something, you think you might did it wrong, you need to check it rather than delete it and start over, you can click right here on the edit button, and you can see what's been done and fix anything if you have to. So if we look at the Oriental Persian rug one, Oriental Persian rugs, yep, that's correct. So that's all good to go. And then when you're done, click update, because that saves everything and gets it ready. And then when the website is good to go, and let me show you what I mean by that. When we go to settings, click on reading. Right here it says discourage search engines from indexing this site. This must have a check mark on it while we're setting up the sites, because this keeps Google from indexing it. We don't want them to do anything with this site until we're ready. But when the site is ready, meaning when all the articles are on there, the links are created, and everything else, then we will untick that and we will click Save Changes. And then we're ready for Google to see it. But for now, I'm going to leave it checked. And again, when you do that, when you get the site to be seen by Google, when you uncheck that thing I just showed you, you will come over here to make posts, and you're going to check those two. Make sure it says daily, the number 3 here, and when you click update, what it's going to do is immediately it's going to post 1 post out of each of these RSS feeds, one's going to link to pet odor, one's going to link to here, one to here, one to here, and one to here. And the reason it's going to do it immediately is because right here we've ticked the option that says publish instantly. Then every 3 days it's going to do it again. So 3 days later it'll do it again, 3 days later it'll do it again, 3 days later it'll do it again. And that's how that's set up. The next thing you need to know how to set up are the legal pages. This will be over here on the left normally. If it is not, it is a plugin, and it should be in the plugins, and if you don't see it on the left, it's probably because it was not activated. So there's the WP legal pages there, and since it is activated we can see it on the left, but in case you can't see it, you would just come over here and click on activate where it says deactivate. So let's see, normally it'll look just like that where it says activate, so that's what you would click on. So we go to legal pages. On generic sites for the target site, this won't usually have the correct site in here. The reason this does now is because I set this up earlier, but I'm showing you what needs to be done. And what you would do, you come up here and you just simply copy the URL and put it in there. Rug Cleaning Pros, you're going to leave that. Then you want the phone number and the street and all that, so you would come to the site. Actually, we don't have a phone number, as you know, just yet, because we're leaving it as a generic phone number. Here is our address information. We're going to need that. And we need a zip code, which is 94520. Always put info at and then the domain, and be sure to get rid of the HTTP www, because it's always info at the domain, like Rug Clean Concord. Click save. Next thing we're going to do is click here to create legal pages. Now what are the pages we want to put on there? Again, we're going to use one that you can refer to, the Houston Rug Cleaning site. These are the pages we're putting right here. Disclaimer, linking policy, privacy, terms of use, testimonial, disclosure. So we can just go down the list. First, disclaimer. Come down to this template here. Pick a disclaimer. And then pick niche sites. And publish. Do the same for the next one, linking policy. We'll use external links policy, I guess. We have to repick what we're doing here. We'll use niche sites. I think I'm going to change this to... Oh, that won't let me change. Let's try that again. I guess I'll just leave that at all right here for now, because it won't let it change for whatever reason. So we'll publish that. Next one is privacy policy. There it is there. boy, that just doesn't like staying there, so we'll just choose privacy policy again. Goes to all for whatever reason, so we're going to click publish. Terms of use is the next one. Click publish. And testimonials, disclosure. Okay, now if anytime we need to change an address or whatever, we can go click on legal pages right here. And we'll come back in here and change it. And as you know, we're going to have to put the phone number in eventually, and it's good that we put it in there once we get that set up. Now let's go to pages. Make sure that it's all there. There's the external links policy. Let's change that to linking policy. So I'm going to update that. There's privacy. There's terms of use. We got 2 terms of uses for some reason, so we'll just get rid of one. That's why we want to come here and check everything out. Now another thing we want to do is look at the site and see how we're looking. And the last thing you need to do is come over to Appearance, click on Menus, then create new menu. We're going to have a legal menu. Create that. Then all those items that we set up, these things for the legal pages, the disclaimer, linking, privacy policy, etc. They're right here. Should be 5 of them. We want to tick those boxes and click Add to Menu. We're going to save the menu. And then when we do that, it should put them at the bottom, but it didn't for some reason. Let's see why. Oh, I gotta click footer navigation right there. That tells it to put it in the footer down below. Now I'm going to refresh the page, and there they are right there. And that concludes this video for these parts.